Pianos, Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays, and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge ride.
Arkansas, an outdoor paradise. People travel hundreds of miles to enjoy what, well, some of us take for granted. We aren't called the natural state without reason, with an abundance of rivers, lakes, and streams loaded with adventure. Scenic views that will take your breath away. Biking trails and back roads just begging to be discovered. Sit back and relax as Ray Tucker and longtime journalist Brian Hendricks explore our magnificent state with this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And we hope everybody's off to a good start of the week. Brian is taking the evening off. And so we always say on our show, often we say, we're here to educate, inform, entertain. And tonight as far as I'm concerned, we're going to do some educating. I don't have much knowledge of the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary. Blake Sassy, who works for the Arkansas Game and Fish but volunteers with the organization, is in-house with us tonight. First of all, give us a little history of U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary.
Thank you, Ray. I'm glad to be here tonight. The Auxiliary actually started before World War II as the Coast Guard Reserve. And it wasn't until a few years later that the actual Coast Guard Reserve that we know today was formed, and the Coast Guard Auxiliary received a name change at that point. But we're uniformed volunteers that are there to help the Coast Guard do pretty much anything but law enforcement and like direct military operations.
You have some very impressive numbers as far as the number of members you have across the country.
Yeah, we have a little over 20,000 members nationwide. Here in Arkansas, we've got units in Little Rock, Hot Springs, Beaver Lake, Mountain Home, and over in Memphis, too.
You've got 793 units flotilla nationwide. That's a lot of guys volunteering, a lot of folks. I won't say guys because women involved, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's open to anyone over the age of 17. There's no upper age limit. We have people volunteering well into their 70s, depending on the sort of activity that they're trying to help out with. There's a place for everyone.
You and I were talking a little bit about what you guys do. A lot of times when somebody's out on the water and they're doing things that are I won't say unlawful. They don't have what they need. You guys come to them. Sometimes they probably try to go the other way, not knowing you're there to help.
Yeah, we do patrols on rivers and lakes, but we're mostly there to help people. If they're having some sort of breakdown with their engine, or there's been an accident of some kind, we're there to help them out and maybe tow them back to shore if that's needed. And we're also out there to keep a lookout for any sort of a pollution event that may have started, or any suspicious activity. We're really the Coast Guard's eyes here in Arkansas, because there aren't really much in the way of active duty Coast Guard people here, except for a river tender in Pine Bluff that maintains buoys on the Arkansas River and the Mississippi.
You guys cover a big area.
Yeah, here in Little Rock, we cover basically from Conway down to the bottom of the Arkansas River. We spend most of our time here in the Little Rock pool and up towards Conway. And occasionally we'll go up on Greers Ferry Lake, depending on what we need to do.
All right, I'm going to do this at least twice when we visit tonight. What would someone have to do to become a volunteer with you all?
Basically, you just need to come to one of our meetings. We meet on the first Tuesday every month in North Little Rock, and meet with us, talk with us, get an idea of what we do. And there's an application process. You have to do, there's a background check process you have to go to. There isn't any sort of boot camp or anything like that, but there are a lot of courses that we have to take to do what we do. That the Coast Guard wants us trained as much as possible, like they do. So there's a lot of training involved that may throw some people off, because it's not just going out and riding around on the boats just to have fun.
Boating safety classes, you all are responsible for those too? Yeah,
the Coast Guard has a lot of responsibilities for recreational boating safety, and they use the auxiliary to deal with a lot of those. Here in Little Rock, we teach a lot of boating safety classes. We distribute literature. We're usually at the Little Rock Boat Show every year with copies of the state boating regulations and other informational materials. We'll go out and inspect people's boats to make sure they have the proper equipment before a game warden pulls them over and gives them a ticket for something. That's really what we want to have people do, is just be safe out there on the water.
What all should you have in your boat?
Well, it all depends on the size of your boat. Pretty much everyone's going to need a life jacket. For everyone on board, they're going to need one of those throwable cushions. It looks like a seat cushion, but it's actually important life-saving equipment. They're probably going to need a fire extinguisher. And depending on the size of the engine, they may need insurance, or they need to have their boat registered. They need emergency signals in case they get in trouble if they're operating on federal waters. It kind of varies on the size of the boat and where they're operating as to what they need exactly. But we can come to your house and inspect your boat. We inspect people's boats at boat ramps.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
The classes, you have to go to a classroom somewhere, or you got headquarters?
Yeah, we have a station inside the North Little Rock RV Park where we teach a lot of classes, but we'll go around. We did one at the Rockwater Marina not very long ago. We teach at the Game and Fish Building. Just depends on the size of the class that we anticipate and the building we need to accommodate them.
So you talked about things that people are supposed to have in their boat, required to have in their boat. What's the most common thing that they don't have?
Probably the emergency signals, things like flares or emergency flags, kind of orange flags. Those are the things that a lot of people don't have. There's some technicality things that people sometimes mess up on, like the boat registration numbers on the side of your boat are supposed to be kind of block letters, and those fancy italic ones that look really cool. Those are technically illegal. So there's a lot of things that you could get got on without really knowing it.
So how do you sell the idea that y'all are actually the good guys?
Well, that's what I'll tell people when we're talking about doing a boat inspection. I'll tell them, hey, there's no consequence to this. This is just to help you out, to make sure that you have what you need.
All right, we're going to take a break. We are visiting with Blake Sassy with the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary. I almost said Game and Fish. That's your full-time job. We'll take a pause. Back in a moment. Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. It's that time of the year where people start thinking about the holidays and Arkansas's many hunting seasons. So if you're headed south to the Deer Woods or a duck blind, you owe it yourself to stock up at Dixon Road Wine and Spirits. They're the first exit on 530 towards Pine Bluff. You'll find it easy on and easy off, and their prices are easier on your wallet. Their convenient drive-thru will have you on your way in a matter of minutes. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Dixon Road Wine and Spirits, where your dollar means more.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
Looking to upgrade your home without breaking the bank? Go to The Warehouse, 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot, Arkansas's trusted source for quality flooring, including SPC vinyl waterproof flooring starting at $139 a square foot, tile starting at 59 cents a square foot, next-gen waterproof hardwood, and many other building materials at unbeatable prices. Contractor, home builder, or DIYer, we've got what you need, in stock and ready to go. Go see the Flooring King, The Warehouse, and Natural State Wholesale, building better naturally.
Check out the new clothing at Bell & Sword in Conway. A new cricket polo with Razorback logo, button-downs, vests, sweaters, slacks with UCA or Arkansas gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. Great staff, fantastic service. Bell & Sword, the only Central Arkansas men's store with a tailor on staff to fit you. So go now to Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Bring your team. Now open at the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas. Get in the game. Sports, art, culture. From iconic athletes to all too human stories. See how today's artists tap into the power of sports. Experience the drive, passion, and culture surrounding games through the eyes of superstar icons and everyday athletes. Get your tickets today at crystalbridges.org/getinthegame.
Fellas, you can feel your energy slipping away, man. Losing what makes you, you. It could be low testosterone. Take action now. Synergenics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergenics or Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that is right just for you. Fellas, treatment is covered by most major insurances with affordable self-pay options available. The best you is waiting. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. Time now to visit with Neil Atkinson with Saracen Casino Resort down in Pine Bluff. Neil, busy night for you, big guy.
Yes, it is, and I'll be real quick because I know we got a short show tonight, but got Monday Night Football getting ready to kick off, and Major League Baseball, the World Series, is getting ready to get started. That's transitioning to the live market right now, and we've got 4 NBA games in play also that just started.
And you mentioned 2 NFL games, correct?
No, we just got one NFL game tonight.
Just got one.
Yeah,
okay.
just got one of those tonight. We did have a doubleheader last week, but right now the Commanders are playing at the Kansas City. Will play at the Kansas City Chiefs. Kick off here in about 10 minutes, and Kansas City is favored by 10.5 with an over and under of 48.
All right, give me the lowdown on Arkansas, Mississippi State.
Okay, we got the early line on Arkansas versus Mississippi State. Arkansas is an early 4-point favorite over Mississippi State in Fayetteville with an over-under of 67.5. And the charity game will be going off here in a little bit. We've got even had a line on that, and we had Arkansas favored by 9.5 over Memphis.
Neil, always a pleasure. Appreciate you very much.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Neil Atkinson with Saracen Casino Resort down in Pine Bluff. We continue our conversation with Blake Sassy, who works full-time for the Arkansas Game and Fish as a biologist, and he is a volunteer with the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary. And we talked about the history of this and whatever. You've got various locations where you have classes. A lot of those in Central Arkansas or throughout the state?
All the cities where I mentioned that we have units, we'll teach boating education classes. Of course, there's usually classes available, and you can find them on the Game and Fish website throughout most of the year. The winter's a little bit quiet, but the classes will start picking up again in the spring when people start thinking about boating.
All right, you say winter's kind of quiet. There are duck hunters out there.
Yeah, duck season's coming around, and the sort of small boats that a lot of duck hunters use here in Arkansas can be pretty dangerous if you're not careful with them. You got to be real intentional about not overloading them and running with like an inch of freeboard before you hit the water. And don't go too fast, people. You're running hot with heavy loaded duck decoys and you're just asking for trouble. Slow it down and be safe. And of course, there's camouflage life jackets out there, and you should have one on at all times.
Is it not amazing to you how many people disregard water? Water is our friend, but it can also be very deadly. And I can't believe people don't wear life jackets.
Yeah, it's the most common thing you find in boating fatalities is the person was not wearing a life jacket. It's so easy these days. There's so many different models that are comfortable even in crazy hot weather to wear that there's really no good reason not to wear one.
A life jacket's like a seatbelt.
Exactly. I always wear mine even when I'm not on duty with the auxiliary.
Here's some wild numbers here. Operating vessels that Coast Guard Auxiliary has, 1,800. Aircraft, 160. Radio facilities, 1,400. You all are everywhere.
We are, and we do just about a little bit of everything. We've got one of our local guys was a cook on board Coast Guard cutters afloat for many years. I've done disaster relief after Deepwater Horizon oil spill. We have other people that are very involved in emergency management. The Coast Guard really uses auxiliaries a lot to help run command posts because we have a lot of experience with it, and they really can use that help.
Some people out there will go, okay, I'm going to volunteer. Does it pay anything?
No, we don't get paid anything at all. Now, if you're using your personal boat for auxiliary uses, the Coast Guard will pay, fuel and oil and some, minimal expenses associated with it as well. If we're out on certain missions, we'll get reimbursed for, hotel, lodging, food, that sort of thing. But a lot of it is on your own dime.
Main objectives of your organization?
Keep people safe on the water.
That's pretty simple.
Yep.
We talked earlier about how you become a volunteer. I want to make people aware what website they go to. How do they get in touch with you all?
Fastest way to get to us would just be to Google Coast Guard Auxiliary in Little Rock, and that'll take you right to our website, which will tell you a little bit more about what we do and how to get in touch with us and when we're getting together. Everybody that does what you do has come across something very unusual. You have any unusual stories you want to share? I have been on a patrol on Greers Ferry Lake where we found a boat whose engine was on fire. Luckily, the owners got the fire out before we could get to them, but that was pretty eye-opening about what can happen out there, even on a nice sunny day.
I saw that happen one time, and the motor caught on fire. The guy bailed out when he did. He hit the handle, and so the boat went in a circle. And every time it came around, he had to go underwater, keep from being run over. That's why it's a new federal law that you have to have that engine cutoff switch activated on your boat if you have it, just in case you do go overboard, so that boat will stop running and not cut you up with the prop. And when I saw that, that was before the kill switch. I do want you to know that. There's the music. Blake, I appreciate it very much, taking time to come in here. I'll tell you what, we have an abbreviated show tonight. Next time we'll do this, we'll do an hour and find out everything we want to know about you all, okay? It's great being here. All right, thank you very much. Back with more in a moment. Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Do you experience feelings of dread when your current car payment is due? Have you or anybody in your family been slimed by another dealer? If the answer is yes, then don't waste another minute. Pick up your phone and call Gwatney Buick GMC at 501-945-4444. Because this month, the Loan Busters are putting your current loan on ice. 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation, up to 20% below MSRP. 2026 Canyon two-wheel drive, just $399 a month. 2026 Buick Encore GX at $199 a month. So if you currently have a big payment, the Loan Busters are ready to relieve you. Who you gonna call? Call Gwatney, 501-945-4444. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock, next to Sam's Club. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with approved credit. Sierra based on MSRP of $55,095. Canyon and Encore are low mileage leases.
Arkansas Round Ballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. Welcome back to Rex Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brian Hendricks not with me tonight. He's taking a little time off. And we are joined now by Cheryl Vincent, Lake Catherine State Park over around the Hot Springs area. Cheryl, how are you tonight?
Hey, I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Folks out there, if you just moved to our state, we have 52 wonderful state parks. And if you would, Cheryl, fill us in on Lake Catherine.
Absolutely. So Lake Catherine State Park is located in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We are known for, obviously, the lake. We have Lake Catherine, where you have all of your boating, swimming, all of the fun, like, water activities. But that's not all we have. We also have plenty of things to do in the park, especially this fall. We've got all of the hiking right now. The fall foliage is starting to come in, so it's a great time to get out on the trails. We also have horseback riding, all things that you would want to do in your state parks, including camping and cabins.
So how many acres do y'all cover, Cheryl?
We cover a little over 2,100 acres of property. Most of that is wooded areas that aren't developed for wildlife and in the Ouachita Mountains.
I think one of the unique things about you all is the historic buildings you all have.
Absolutely. So we do have a lot of history here at the park, going all the way back to Harvey that donated the property here, as well as the Civilian Conservation Corps. We even have some history of the prisoners of war here at the park as well. So lots of history and a lot of the nature side of things as well.
You made mention the leaves changing colors and et cetera. This is a special time that people really like to get out and visit our state parks. And you have trails that lead to a waterfall that I've never seen.
And that surprises me. That is like our iconic landmark here in the park is our waterfall that's on the Falls Branch Trail. You know, anybody who's been to our park, they've been over the suspension bridge, they've seen the waterfall. That's the place to be. The days are getting shorter. It's getting chillier outside, which is now bringing in the fall foliage. It's just starting. We still have a lot of green in our park and in our area right now, but I bet it peaks in the next week and a half or so.
Now, you've got a number of cabins, and I know you got like 70 campsites. Your cabins, what size are those, and what kind of fee you have to pay?
Yeah. So we have 20 cabins. 5 are original CCC cabins, so they're rustic. They have the original stonework, the log kind of vibe to it. They also have fireplaces, trimmed-in porches. We call those the rustic cabins. They usually are the most popular cabins, but they rent from $125 to $150 something a night. It all depends on availability. Our department has it set up to where when it's busy, it costs a little bit more to stay in those cabins. But we also have duplex cabins where you can have an interconnecting door in between. So if you've got a big family but you want your own space, we have the interconnecting duplex cabins. To individual cabins that are in the fourplex, kind of set up like a motel. But it's very, very popular with our family reunions and a big wedding here this weekend. They rented all of our cabins and had the ceremony out at Garvin Gardens. We're close to other things here in Hot Springs. So
if you want to suggest to people how far in advance with fall approaching us here, how far in advance do they need to get reservations for cabins? Are a lot of them booked?
Yeah, actually, they are booked, especially on the weekends. Once people figure out that fall is here, they will make their reservations. And a lot of times we have people who make them a year in advance.
So roughly, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, just for the fall foliage.
So roughly, how many visitors do you have to your park annually?
We have about, and it's really hard to tell just because you base it off of traffic counters and all of that. But we say about 400 to 450,000 a year here at Lake Catherine State Park, and that's visiting over 10 miles of hiking trails, swimming, beach. We also have a marina, visitor center with a gift shop in it, plus campsites. And I'm telling you, our campground is super busy all year round. If you don't have a reservation, it's almost impossible to get in here during the summer months.
So how many state parks where you can have horseback rides? I know you do.
Well, I know we do. We have a concessionaire that actually does guided horseback rides. So she's open right now on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays in the fall. And you can come out and rent a horse, get on horseback and ride our trails here. And I think she said 10, 11, 12 o'clock, 1:30, 2:30, and 3:30 are her times. But she suggests that you call and make a reservation on that. But we also have the horse stables out at D. Gray. They do some fall horseback riding as well. But there's other parks where you can bring your horse in, say like Devil's Den, Village Creek State Park, some of those others that if you're wanting to ride horses and bring them with you, we do have that amenity as well in our state park.
If I'm new to the area and I'm in the Little Rock area, how do I find Lake Catherine State Park?
You get on I-30 and head down to exit 97 off of I-30. That'll put you right on the road that's 12 miles into the park. And that road is 171.
You know what? Some people may not realize that you all are one of 5 lakes in the Ouachita Mountain region, a beautiful area.
Yeah. The Diamond Lakes are here. And, Lake Catherine is one of the smaller lakes and not as busy as, say, Lake Ouachita or Lake Hamilton and that sort of thing. So it really provides a family atmosphere, more of the slower pontoons, kayaking, that sort of thing on our lake.
Cheryl Vincent, we appreciate you taking time to join us. We'll try to do this again when we have more time, okay?
Yeah, let's do it again, Ray.
All right,
Thanks for calling.
Folks, if you get a chance, get out and visit one of our 52 state parks. It's a great time of the year to visit.
The crowd's on its feet, and Arkansas is going to win the game. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. That is it. Arkansas has beaten Missouri 92-85.
This thing, what we're about to do, is always going to be about players. It's going to be about putting the best talent on that floor, and then my job is to get them to come together and play for one another. And I feel comfortable doing those things.
It's time for Arkansas Razorback basketball on your home for the Hogs in Central Arkansas. 103.7 The Buzz. This broadcast is brought to you by Network Services Group, Bale Chevrolet, Edwards Food Giant, Genesis of Conway, Lion Legal Auctions, Winrock Automotive, and Chris Crane Hyundai.
We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat Meal Solutions items in their deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes, along with a wide choice of entrees and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat Meal Solution is now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is chicken and dressing for only $7.99 per pound, with sweet potatoes for $4.49 per pound.
This is Thomas Blackman's Blackman Auction. Since 1938, we've handled many different types of auctions. We sold bulldozers, excavators, farm tractors, farms, locomotives, fully custom rail cars, vehicles, Harley-Davidsons, cows, lake houses, hunting properties, pickups, heavy trucks, big trailers, plus hundreds of other random things. Honestly, if it's for sale, we probably sold it. Our knowledge and experience is priceless, much like your hard-earned assets. Since 1938, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions.
It's no surprise our number one play comes from Chris Crane Hyundai of Conway, coming in hot with another huge score. Inventory selection to fit any budget. Boom! Look how they say yes. Boom!
Win big with new 2025 Elantra starting at $349 a month with 0 down, up to $5,000 off remaining 2025 Palisades, and 0% financing on new 2025 Santa Fe's at Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway, and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
It's Justin Acree for Coffin by Design West. Shop with the local folks and get exactly what you want. You can also shop from the convenience of your own home by going to kaufmanlumber.com. There's an online store with over 800,000 items in inventory that can be delivered straight to your front door. Items in inventory include everything from hardware to housewares, heating and cooling supplies, lawn and garden tools, sporting goods, store and office supplies, and there's a huge range of products in each area available. So go by their store in West Little Rock at 14900 Cantrell Road, or do your shopping online at kaufmanlumber.com.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
The Genesises from Genesis of Conway have become so popular that now Genesis of Conway has a tremendous selection of pre-owned trade-ins. Highline vehicles, low mileage, great prices at a dealership that is unlike any you've ever seen. Spoiler alert, when you visit Genesis of Conway, you will get spoiled. It's unlike any dealership you've ever seen, even when you go pre-owned. Go see them, and it will hit you like it has so many. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
At Bale Chevrolet, we know that football season is about the energy, the excitement, the teamwork, all the things that make game day great. And we want finding your next vehicle to be the same. That's why our team works hard to make sure you drive away with a win. And right now, during Chevy Truck Month, up to $12,000 off new 2025 Silverados. So this season, let's keep the drive going on the field and on the road. Come see us today at Bale Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
WAC plus TTNL.
Lost in the business jungle? From new solo proprietors to established multi-owner companies, don't monkey